Good night.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. It's the Rubicon Club. So follow the club and the moderators on stage so that when we have other rooms, you don't miss it and you just keep updated with all the things that we do. Emmanuel.
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
Yeah, make I talk.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You can talk now or
Yeah, Mr. David, thanks for job. Well done. You know, there are two things that changed my life in the so-called zoo. The first one is when I stopped believing in any Nigerian news, and second one is when I disowned Nigeria. So where I am, they call me Biafra. I tell people, if you ever call me a Nigerian, I'm going to deal with you. So at least with these two things, I'm able to cure myself of mental health because I can't imagine myself being a Nigerian and all these things are happening. So I'm happy in a way that I'm not in Nigeria. Yes, I know. The politically correct people will say, "Oh, that I'm talking trash. That you don't have your Biafra. I still have my power." Of course, I know, but it helps my mindset. At least I can be able to connect with people, that think alike. Now, this issue is so pathetic, and let me diverse a bit. Abike Dabri, I know the young lady when she was a newscaster. So I started listening to Nigerian news before I even went to university. And this is something that when some of us talk, people should listen. I cannot compare myself with somebody that started following Nigerian event in the 50s because the person will know a lot. But there are people that are following Nigerian event from yesterday, and when they talk, and they're like, what are they talking about? Now, Abike Dabe, we used to know as a good journalist. There's one program, Newsline, Franco Obieze every Sunday. I don't miss it. Sistova, I don't miss it. Now, what happened? She was a house of rep. Tinubu put her there. You see the mess she just put herself. What does it tell you? The structure. Nigeria have brilliant Nigerians, but the structure is so evil that it will make you to think like animal, to think like an idiot. It's not that I'm abusing people, but it is fact. Then to some people that say, "Oh, get your PVC," and I don't know. Listen, you don't need your PVC to change the structure of a country. Even if you have your PVC or you go and cast but it's not going to change the structure. And people will say, "Oh, we vote the leaders. They will now the pro-Biafra or pro-Dudwa leaders." Okay, I'm like, these people do they think through their backside or what? The people that will have now, most of them are they not talking about destruction? So why is it not happening? We know Bola Ige, when before Obasanjo came in, he was fighting for we are not gonna use that constitution. We are not gonna use that constitution. So for over how many years? For over 50-something years, people have been saying restructuring. Are they not leaders? And now that all the southern governors are saying restructuring. So what has happened? Are they not in government now? So why is it not happening? So the likes of Abe, that guy, I detest that guy with passion. His likes that say, "Oh, get your PVC. Oh, you need to be a good follower there before you can be a leader." Can somebody tell them that all the southern governors now they want restructuring? So why is it not happening? You see? So is it PVC? If you like, you can put the millions of Nnamdi Kanu or what's it called, the Igboho there, Igboho or Tony Nadi there. No, it's not going to happen. because the structure is bad, and the structure, you don't need to go to election. See, most people here are highly educated. Most people here follow events. Most people here can analyze country for you. So when people come here and talk trash, sounding politically correct, of course, where I am, I cast my vote all the time because I know the importance of vote. My vote is my power. So for me to say I don't want to cast my vote, I'm not stupid. It's a form of revolution. Yes, let them put whoever they want to put. You want restructuring. Why is it not happening? Have you asked yourself that question? And some people say, go and get your PVC. There is something Oyibo said, one Oyibo, about the event that happened in Afghan. The guy said, yeah, that the Afghans are happy with that kind of regime. That if they're not happy, they should fight. This is Oyibo, and this Oyibo is highly placed. What does he tell you? If you want something, you can get it. So the least we can do, I know some people will. Nobody is preaching violence, as the last speaker said. We can occupy the whole Nigeria. That is end of Nigeria. It's easy to end Nigeria now if you want. It is easy. It has happened during the Arab Spring. A student couldn't get a job. He set himself on fire. You know the outcome. You know what happened to Egypt. A whole Mubarak that has been there for over 30-something years. I was thinking that the USA is going to save him. That Israel is going to save him. The UK is going to save him because the man is a the man plays strategic role for Middle East. But what happened to him? When the people came, the guy, we all know the result. Let me tell you, if you want to change Nigeria today, there is nothing UK can do. There is nothing anybody can do. It is in our hands. I can bet with everything. Yeah, PVC will never change Nigeria. Anybody that tells you that PVC will change Nigeria, we should go and safeguard your vote, that person is a compound daft. I'm being blunt. It is not that we're pushing for. It's not that people are pushing for violence. No, civil disobedience is a tool in democracy. Protest is a tool in democracy. What kind of government do people study in university? Do they study their own part of government? You can protest by not participating in the election. Yes, I know they will put people there. Yes, I know they will put a SWAT administrator. But putting a SWAT administrator is not going to end it. I would love to cast my vote if Nigeria is a sane country, but it is not. So if you want a change, we can do something. We can, we talk about verbal revolution, bring this political thief to nothing. People say, oh, you're insulting your elders. Oh, you're insulting your leaders. Somebody is a criminal. You don't want me to call the person a criminal? Somebody is a fool. You don't want me to call the person a fool. At least when you make the person, make him look like nobody, the person will have shame. As some of you here will come and condemn and condone evil and say that, hey, that we are ranting. You see, yes, you can say that we are ranting, but we are connecting. You know, there are things that we are learning from each other, but you people don't. Some of you don't know. I will end with this. You see the mind. I've said this in so many times, but let me say it again. You see the mind. Your mind is your greatest weapon. It is mind that builds, that develops all the breakthrough. It is mind that produced car. It is mind that produced faster jets. You know, there are billions of Saturnals scattered all over the world, and most of them are doing great in their various endeavor. You Nigerian government thinking that you can block that that you can hold these people for long. In fact, you must be the most stupid person on earth to think that you can hold educated people that are everywhere in the world doing great, producing great stuff. You think you can hold them down for long, then something must be wrong with you. It's just a question of time. And that is what the clubhouse does. The mind is building the mind. There are people that are on another level. There are millions of Nnamdi Kanu. Imagine some of them that are not on clubhouse. Imagine what is in their mind, what they are thinking. And some of you that are politically correct here will come and be talking rubbish that people are ranting. No, do you know why I come to clubhouse? You don't know. I come to clubhouse for something. So Nigeria, whether you like it or not, your days are numbered because people are angry. If you want Nigeria to be great, start now to do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing, and you keep on killing people unnecessarily. How can this young lady lose her life just like that in the name of Nigeria? You can't even hold your passport. Your passport means nothing. And you want me to pray for Nigeria, to believe in one Nigeria? Hell no.
All right, Emmanuel.
Yeah, make I stop you. I better go.
I know you could go on and on about this. Israel, if you're there, or okay, Israel, and then Hiroshima next after you.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been listening, and I've been listening to most people talk. People vent their anger. What we have currently is there is a dichotomy between some people who are tired of the system, who don't want to do anything, and those who are also tired of the system, who want to change it. That is the dichotomy we have. There was the last Lagos election. I went out to cast my vote, and I got to the polling booth. There was nobody. Boys were playing ball. Women were going about their businesses. Nobody cared. So there is a dichotomy between those who are tired of the system and want to change it, and those who are tired of the system and they just give up. Are we going to give up? No. David is a beacon. He's like a lighthouse at the seashore, beaming the light, flashing the light to every boat that is coming to shore. And that is why I followed him on Twitter. The story of this girl breaks my heart. But that is Nigeria for you. Nigeria is like that pretending giant whose influence is waning. The other time, I think it was Congo Brazzaville, I can't remember the country, that threw out our ambassador. Benin Republic, Ghana. Who was Ghana when Obasanjo was the president? Who was Benin Republic when Jonathan was the president? I remember there was a coup in Sao Tome at one during the Obasanjo reign. And he told them, before I come back to this country, you need to drop that power. Though in collaboration with the UN then, and Thabo Mbeki and all that. But Nigeria's influence was like a shadow over Africa at the time. So it tells a lot about our current lead. They don't care. Look at him. Baby boy life is flying everywhere around the world. Does he care about him? He doesn't care. I remember when South Africa was having a row with Jonathan. They were having issues with Jonathan at the time. And it was tit for tat. And they apologized for it. Do we have that now? Nigeria is still pretending to be a giant of Africa when all these smaller countries are already looking up to us. It's just like a small boy looking up to a big guy and telling the big guy he can't do anything. Why? We have a president who does not have a foothold. We have a president who doesn't care. If somebody jokingly said one day, said, if you want to protest, just put cows in front of people. They won't shoot. And that is to tell you what an average Nigerian life means. They don't care. I remember a lady senator who was saying that the life of a cow is worth more than an average Nigerian in the House of Assembly. So what do you expect? So the dichotomy is getting bigger and bigger every day. I wrote something somewhere. The burden of being a Nigerian, the exigencies of a chaotic nation. And you will notice that every day, initially it used to be 200 people dead and there's a screaming headline. But do you notice that for some time now, people no longer care? Southern Kaduna has been decimated so many times and the governor doesn't seem to care. People don't seem to care. It's painful knowing fully well my green passport does not worth anything. So, as a young guy, everybody is thinking how to japa. You want to leave the country. One was saying he prefers to be a second-class citizen abroad than to be a Nigerian because he knows his life is not worth anything. The life of a cow is worth more than an average Nigerian because that is where the government focuses its power on. They asked the president, why the railway from Nigeria to Maran? He said he had cousins about it. And we have so many schools that are dilapidated in Nigeria. We have so many children learning under the trees. Do they care? They don't care. They don't care about anything. So the burden of being a Nigerian itself weighs heavy daily in this current regime. And for me, there's nothing anybody can tell me. Buhari is a divider in chief. He brought the 97%, I don't know how possible, 97% to 5%. Then the small dot. That is for a president. Does he care about the country? Does he care about anyone? Malami is doing his own there. So many ministers are just running amok. They are not doing anything. Abike Dabiri is there, speaking all the grammar on TV. If she did what she was supposed to do, that lady, Itunu will not die in the prison in Cote d'Ivoire. It tells you how Nigerian influence has waned over the years, and it is becoming worse daily. Under this regime, it's becoming worse and worse and worse. I know so many people abroad are keeping tabs on things happening. Telling somebody now to go protest is like telling the person to go face firing school. Lagos judicial report just came out. All those that were screaming there was no massacre anywhere. Now they are quiet. The governor was on Becky Anderson's show.
Israel.
Yeah.
Please, what were the recommendations or conclusions of that report? Can you sort of summarize them?
There was massacre, and I actually do have the list of those that.
There were a list of names.
They were put down by this said report.
Yes.
The report
it's on Twitter correctly.
All the victims and everybody, and concluded that the massacre actually do occur, and the military were dead with short-life bullets. So the conclusion
is on Twitter correctly.
Okay, so about how many names?
I saw close to 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so not all deceased though.
Yes, not all of them are deceased anyway, but some were injured with bullets and all.
The list is not exhaustive, but it shows without a shadow of doubt that there was a massacre.
Something happened in that road. Something happened. And if you check the scenario of things that happened during that period, it's just that the thing gives me, like the lady said the other time, our mental health, I think, is more important these days, because for 2 days last year I could not eat. I was just confounded somewhere. I was just folding up on my bed, knowing fully well that these guys were fighting a just war. We were protesting a bad government, and at the end of the day, so many of them were killed, and army denied it. Initially, we were not there. Then it became we were there, we did not shoot. Then it became we shot, but it was empty bullets. How long do we come? And have you noticed the pattern with this government? Whatever they deny is what they've done. Whatever they deny is what they've done. Well, I would just like to conclude. I wrote something. In a time of crisis, we had to beg and plead for our president to be a leader. In a time of uncertainty, we screamed, trended his resignation before he felt the need to address his people. We were all here last year when the presidents around the world were in front of the camera preaching, calming their citizens down. But what do we have here? They ordered the food, ordered the palliatives. Some even use the palliatives as birthday gifts. Are we in a country? A banana republic is even better. Are we in a country currently? So we have a pretending giant whose influence is waning currently. And that is what Nigeria is. We are still pretending to be the giant of Africa. But the Benin, the Congo, and all these other countries are catching it up. I think I will use the mic. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you, Israel, for your submission. Let's have Hiroshima. Hiroshima, thanks for your patience.
Yeah, thank you guys. Well, I just want to encourage everyone here. If you've listened to the young man, if you've been here and how he narrates what has been happening and the injustice that is going on everyday citizens, the only way you can support his work is to subscribe. It doesn't take so much. And when you subscribe, for God's sake, you not only put money in his pocket, you help him to expose the menace that the Nigerian state has subjected everyone to. I want to believe that everyone who live abroad, at one point or the other, has a testimony, just like what Gogo was explaining, can testify about how things are being run in our so-called embassies. This is what they do. It's as simple as this. Why you put in so much energy as a Southerner, Igbo, Yoruba, South, you put in so much energy to wanting to be the best student in your class, put in so much effort to do your research, to grow yourself in ways that at least you can come out the best or be efficient in what you do. And you suddenly get a job. And I can bet you, if you go to New York or Atlanta, or you go to UK, their embassies and their consulates, I can bet you the person who presides over your affair in that office, if you bring that person's document, certificate, it is nothing to write home about. Most of them can't even operate computers.
My name
And
is
they
Matt.
are the directors.
I am an American
And they are
English
not
course.
owners. And they are your senior supervisors. Why you, the slave, do the work for them? We have encountered this over
My
and
name
over.
is
They are
Matthew.
here in America.
I am an American English
When you
course.
go to Atlanta embassy, the consulate there, you find them, their bosses are this group of Northerners who know nothing. They know no jack. And sometimes the only time they want to like give somebody some little peanuts, they look for somebody who is within the North Central there. So at least he can represent the South in a way. Those who do the real jobs, who try to make things, who try to change things for better, are from the southern region. But their senior colleague who doesn't even know what Control A or Control Z is. Most of them are from you just see them. They don't know anything. Go to Thailand, go to Cambodia, go to Singapore, go to name them those Asia Pacific. Do you know how many millions? Do you know the hundreds of Nigerians languishing in prison? Both the convicted, those who were convicted wrongly, they have done so much to reach out to their own government. No single representative. All it takes is somebody coming out from that Nigerian consulate and stand that this is our citizen. We like our legal department to look into his case. And you find out that some of them were wrongly incarcerated. So whoever they see around that neighborhood, as long as you are in Nigeria, you order it. Yeah. And they attach it. And the Nigerian government, they throw their eyes elsewhere. It was in this same world that Buhari sat in his Aso Rock of reach out to the Saudi Arabia government to release a girl who was caught, whose luggage, who was trafficking heroin into Saudi Arabia, that was to face a death penalty. And what did they come up with? That somebody, in some miraculous way, that drug was planted in her bag. We all know these things. We know what they go do there. But the president, in his entire busy schedule, can reach out because the lady was a northerner. So if you are a Yoruba, you are a second-class citizen like me. Go and tell that Dr. Abe or whatever governor, whatever he attached to his name. If he thinks he will do it, or it becomes the likes of Tinubu, he is a slave and they will betray him. It's just a matter of time. There are a lot of Igbos languishing in all kind of prison. What do Abike Dabiri is doing? Nothing. Absolute nothing. She's even powerless. It doesn't even take, it takes a minister of foreign affairs from the president, reach out to the consulate of the country that is involved. Was it not in this same country that the chief judge of Nigeria, Onoge, had to sit in a dock to be presided over a 36-year-old boy? No, he was more than 36. As at when he was sworn in as the Code of Conduct Uri chairman, he was a 36-year-old. So when we clamor for equity, whatever, and all, inclusiveness, youth inclusiveness, they go bring one northerner to represent the face of the youth. Look at what PDP did recently. You cannot find an intelligent, upright thinking southerner as young as 25 or as young as 36 to be handed such job. It's always good for the North. And a chief judge has a young man, what's his name, Dalanti Umar, had to preside over a chief judge, over code of conduct, because the chief judge is a southerner. So you are still a slave. We allow you to get to the top where you are. And if you push your button too much, they will reduce you to nothing. That is the Nigerian system. If you don't know today. That is the second-class citizen that they equate to everyone who comes from the southern region of Nigeria. That is why they talk to you with so much arrogance. Why do you think, look at our girls, young women, going to Dubai, doing all kind of things, going to all kind of countries, looking for jobs, many jobs. Lebanon, there are stories going on. promising them jobs and turning them to house girls. Go to Lekki today, look how the young girls graduated, no job, most of them, if they can't go into other menial jobs, they end up as prostitution. You see most of the Northerners there? No, because their boys or their men are in government, stealing the money, marrying their daughters, marrying the girls, and giving the women the good life they want. The highest you see them is go to Dubai, shop, and come back. It's a two different country. Where an Igbo, I know of an Igbo lady, a young lady who, after graduating, first class honor, got a job as what they call this, their work, whatever, in NAFDAC. And because of her name, she was not even retained. This is not even hearsay. This is what I was. She had to confess it. She was not retained. And who were presiding over her affairs while she was even doing her whatever training or whatever. Enough that there. So we can go on and on. Government parastatals and all that. You see Southerners there. But look at those who preside over there. These people don't know their left from right. And some of them who even managed to go through school, is it not the same quota system where you have to write JAM and they tell you if you are in Northerner, your JAM score from point, what they call the score, you can get into university with 120. Why as a Southerner you have to work times 2 extra hard. Even at 250, you will still not get, depending on the school, you still not get an admission. That is the sorry state of Nigeria. And the likes of Abike Dabiri is nothing but, she can be effective those days. I knew her when she was a broadcaster. Of course. But in today's world, how can you should be in Tinubu's camp and you want something good to come out from it? It will never. They tell you what Lagos is making and the nonsense they are doing with Lagos as it is today. You'll be surprised. Because itself is a country. And despite what they are telling us, how Lagos, the APC, they have hijacked and all kind of. We can go on and on and on. You see, the system is broken. The system is lost. Our people are dying. I met somebody who was telling me how in a place like Thailand, whether you are suspended, once you are caught, whatever, 60, they dish out prison sentence like 60 years, 80 years. Really? You will hardly see Nigerian consulate official coming there to at least know the name of this young man and represent and give that person some sense of hope and justice. It will never happen. But the Buhari, as inefficient as he is, can place a call to the Saudi authorities, and a young northern girl was released. And this young Nigerian girl who died in Ivorian prison for a case for just by calling the police that my house was burgled, had to die in the most painful manner. Welcome to Nigeria. For those Nigerians that are listening to me, one day it will be the turn of your sister. I yield.
Thank you, Raven Rock. That was a good one. It's touching and heartfelt. It's not about, at this point, from what you said, it's not about changing the culture in the police or trying to build better relations with communities. The issue is actually way deeper than that. And I guess that's what the general message is. And if you're listening, you need to understand that these guys are actually speaking the truth. Like, it's deeper than NSARS. It's an entire system. It goes way back. And that's why here on the Rubicon, we tend to ask you guys to go do some digging and go do some research on some of the issues so that you understand how profound some of the things we talk about are. Machala.
Okay, can I go now?
Yeah, carry on.
All right, thank you. Quickly, what I want to say is, I've been to Twitter. Everybody who is in this room, over 8,500 people have been in and out of this room. What is important right now is everybody should go on Twitter. The account number of Itunu's father is pinned there. Everybody should go on Twitter to do whatever it is you can do. When you go on Twitter, you'll see people putting in 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And I know a lot of us can do, better than that. And whatever it is you have, even if you can't do it right now, you can call somebody up in Nigeria and let them do it for you on your behalf, and then you know how this thing works. Ituno's name actually in Yoruba means comfort. Money would not bring back money would not bring back a life. No amount of money is enough to replace the life of a human that is lost. But money can actually, one way or the other, comfort or suit in a way, suits the pain that this family is feeling. Even if they don't use the money to bring our body back, regardless, we don't really know the details of how that is going to work out. But this family would need that, whatever support that they can find. So I just want to urge everybody. We've done the talk, we've listened, and we've heard everything we need to. Yeah, we've talked, we've spoken our mind. But yeah, we need to follow the call to action. That is just click on the top of you will see David Udenya on Twitter. Click in there, go in there. Whatever it is you can give, just do your bit. I've done mine. If there are about 145 people in this room right now. If 145 people put out 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira together, that's some money. So I would believe that is a solution. We cannot save the life of Itunu. We are not in a position of power to really do much, but this is actually something we can do. I would urge everybody to do that. Investigative journalism, to people who are in the field, they will tell you it's not cheap. It costs money, it costs time, it costs energy, and it's a drain on your resource. It's a drain on you as a person. Hours of travels, the emotional drain, the tension, the pressure, and all of these things. Please support David. Go to his page, follow the page, subscribe to his website. Anybody who is doing this work, like I said earlier, if you have 1,000 David, maybe we'll be able to achieve some level of change. And let everybody do the bit that they can. If this is the little thank you that you can do, please, I urge you guys, do it. Let's look at the way our country works. I'm going to say this real quick. The Northerners and the way they move, the way they do their things, they show everybody in the country an example of how things should be done. And when somebody spoke earlier, they talked about Buhari has the time to pick up his phone and put a call through. And it struck a chord in my spirit. How come as Southern people, Ituno is a Southerner, Abike Dabiri is a Southerner. She's even both of them are actually Yoruba people. Geoffrey Onyema is also a Southerner, though he's not a Yoruba man. This is not a question of Nigeria field. For me, it's a question of the fact that there are certain individuals in position of authority who are supposed.
Well, is it just me? Or...
No, I think we lost Machala.
Okay. Guys, are you back on? Machala, are you back? You're still having. Yeah. Yes, you are. Now you're audible.
Okay, so I was saying these people that are in the position of authority, that are also from Southern extraction as well, they do not care about the people. They are completely removed away from their people, and their irresponsibility is what has caused the death of this young lady. This is an avoidable death, but it has happened. There is little or nothing we can do at this point anymore. David has tried his bit. The bit we can do is to just support the family and find a way to, look at these problems, look at these issues for what they are. We should be able to have Southerners who can also put a call through on behalf of any Southern citizen to mediate or to intervene in whatever the situation or the predicament that any Southerner find themselves in. And I'm going to say this in addition because I know a lot of us are also living outside the country. If you're in Nigeria, you are migrating to any country to do business, to live, to study, or to do anything, please and please, I urge you and I beg you, research these countries. Research these countries. Ask people, call people, talk to people, reach out to people, find every information you can find about the country. Know the countries that you are going into and learn about the issues that these countries are facing. It is very important. It is very, very important. Don't just show up in any country and assume that the way life is in Nigeria is the way it is everywhere in the world. Research this country, know what they are, know the differences, and know how you navigate the spaces. I pray for the repose of Utunuso. I hope as a country, as a people, as Southerners, we are able to do better for ourselves and we are able to look at our problems in the eyes and actually confront them for what it is. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Machala. I just wanted to add to what you said. As much as you can, too, I think, we should tell people to stop going to countries that are not, even if they're not Western, but sort of share Western ideals and values. Because when you start to, as a Black person, start to go to these other places that you get incidents like that. I mean, yes, this happened in Africa, but I'm just speaking generally because we have people in such situations in locations outside of Africa. So yes, I wanted to mention also that please subscribe to David's, because someone mentioned it, so subscribe to David's westafricaweekly.substack.com. That's westafricaweekly.substack.com. So go subscribe. There's different subscription plans. There's the founding member, goes as high as 150, but I mean, you could choose to contribute more. There's a monthly one that goes for $7 a month, and then the $50 a year annual subscription. And with these, you get the full archive. You can join the community and post comments as well. But if you choose the free option, then you're only going to be able to post maybe once in a while, not every time, not when you want. So just contribute to the whole thing. I mean, it helps, and also just like Machala mentioned, there's the post op that has the bank details of Itunu's dad. So it's Babalola Abayomi Emmanuel. It's a Wema bank account. Okay, so you can. I mean, if they're talking about bringing her back and any other expenses, at least that would ease the stress. So please, guys, contribute to that. Amma, did you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to quickly add, based on what Machala said, also for anyone at home that's in Nigeria who is trying to come overseas, it's also important that you do not take up every invite. Even the people who invite you to come over, who make, especially women, who make it possible, help you. Sometimes those people are in bed with criminals. So you need to find out what that person who is inviting you, who's trying to get you over there, is doing before you accept that invite, get in the plane, and end up, you can't turn around now because you're now, in a different country. That has happened to a lot of people across the world because they accepted who they thought was a friend's invite to come into another country. So I just wanted to add, please be careful and do your research, even about the people who are inviting you to come to the.
Thank you, Amma. We're just about rounding up, so if we're just getting any final comments from anyone here. And if you're in the audience too, you want a chance to come up and speak, you can do that now. Just rounding up comments from any of you. Go.
Yeah, sorry. Can I just check with David that the site for subscription that card payment is safe? Now, this is me being paranoid, given what happened to me on here. Is it safe, or do I have to use a master? I'm just thinking. Because I know the last time.
Are you talking about the bank account?
No. Can you hear me?
Yes, so I'm in a very noisy place, so it's not the best place to speak, but I'll send you a back channel message once I'm out of here, yeah?
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. No, sure. I'll tell you what I'm asking. The subscription for David's site. But yeah.
Oh yeah. What were you paranoid about using your credit cards or what?
My card details, because he will ask you about your email and then your card details. Now, my question to him was: Is it better because Mastercards are protected? And I know you were asking about paying with crypto, so I didn't know what to bring. Because it's quite safer that way, isn't it? But anyhow, I mean, if it gives a go ahead, if it's safe and secure, I don't mind. It's just me being paranoid about my info now, given what's going on in Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
I have to say.
Okay.
Miss Shiv.
Yes, absolutely. I just first want to thank Mr. David for being here today, and thank Shielded and Otumba, everyone else. Thank you all for those on stage, those in the audience, and those that have come in and out of this room.